Hi everyone, my name is Lupita, and today I will be talking to you about my cultural artifact, which is the novel The House on Mango Street by Sandra Cisneros. Culture is the shared set of beliefs, values, traditions that help shape how we see the world. It also shapes the stories we tell, the expectations that we carry, and the people that we become. For me, growing up as a Mexican American woman, it meant living in two beautiful worlds that sometimes spoke different languages and celebrated different holidays. And it also carried out different expectations. Now, learning to balance those worlds became a journey of identity for me. Sandra Cisneros once wrote, "You can never have too much sky." In The House on Mango Street, that idea reminds us that even when our world feels small, our dreams do not have to be. First published in 1984, this novel follows protagonist Esperanza Cordero, a young Latina girl growing up in a Chicago neighborhood, similar to many Mexican American communities today. Through Esperanza's eyes, I see the tension between honoring where you come from and imagining who you might become. As a young Mexican woman myself, this story connected with me immediately. The pressure to be a certain kind of girl and the unspoken rules of our families, the desire to dream beyond what others felt and expect, felt deeply familiar. Esperanza's wish for a home represents something that many of us understand, and that's waiting or wanting on independence while still staying rooted in our culture. Through its poetic storytelling and powerful symbolism, Sandra Cisneros' The House on Mango Street illustrates the struggle of growing up between two cultures, showing how the search for identity, the meaning of home, and the power of expression shapes the Mexican American experience. When viewed through intercultural communication concepts, this novel becomes more than just expectations culturally placed on Latina women. How Cisneros critiques traditional gender roles and how Esperanza begins to define her own identity while staying connected to her roots as well. Through this, we can see that The House on Mango Street continues to resonate with young Latina women like me, women learning to find our voice while growing between two worlds. To begin with, one of the central themes in this novel is Esperanza's search for identity between two cultures. Sandra Cisneros portrays this struggle through Esperanza's effort to define herself within the expectations of her Mexican American community, while also navigating her desire for independence in a broader American society. Growing up in a working-class Latino neighborhood, Esperanza experiences tension between pride in her cultural heritage and her wish to escape the limitations that poverty and gender roles impose on her future. Her observations of the women around her, many of whom are confined by traditional expectations, deepen her determination for pursuit of a life of autonomy and self-expression. The contrast between Esperanza's cultural background and her personal aspirations highlights the complexity of forming an identity that honors one's roots while also seeking individual freedom. As a Mexican American reader, I connect with this theme because it reflects the ongoing process of balancing cultural identity with self-definition, a challenge that continues to shape the experiences of many Mexican Americans today. Next, I want to talk about the symbolism of the house on Mango Street as belonging and hope. Having explored how the novel captures Esperanza's search for identity between two cultures, it is equally important to understand how her sense of identity is tied to the powerful symbol of the house. Esperanza's struggle to define her identity between two cultures also connects deeply to her longing for a place where she truly belongs. A feeling that I relate to as a Mexican American. Throughout her novel, the symbol of the house represents, the symbol of her house represents much more than a building. It stands for identity, belonging, and hope. Sorry, it's my baby. Like Esperanza, I have often felt the tension between appreciating my family's roots and striving for a sense of independence and personal space in American society. Her dissatisfaction with her family's small home mirrors the universal desire for something more, a place that reflects who we are and who we want to become. When Esperanza dreams of owning her own house, I see that dream as both personal and cultural. It represents not only success and freedom, but also the chance to build something lasting from where we come from. For me, Cisneros' symbolism of the house reminds us that belonging is not about escaping our origins, but about creating a home both physically and emotionally where our cultural identity and personal dreams can exist together. Just as the symbol of the house reflects Esperanza's dream of belonging, Cisneros' message extends beyond the novel to inspire pride and self-definition among Mexican Americans today. Reading this novel also helped me to see how important it is to embrace my cultural identity while still pursuing my own dreams. Esperanza's journey shows that it is possible to move forward without losing where you come from, a lesson that continues to resonate with many first and second generation Mexican Americans like me. Her story gives voice to experiences that are often overlooked, showing the strength, resilience, and creativity within our communities. For me, Cisneros' work is not just a story from the past. It is a reminder that my culture and stories have value and power. It also encourages me to take pride in my heritage and to define my own path with confidence, just as Esperanza learns to do by the end of the novel. Ultimately, the house on Mango Street continues to serve as both a mirror and a guide for me and other Mexican Americans seeking to celebrate who they are while striving for who they want to become. In The House on Mango Street, Sandra Cisneros captures the heart of what it means to search for identity, belonging, and hope within two cultures. Through Esperanza's experiences, Cisneros explores the universal struggle of defining who we are while staying connected to where we come from. In my speech today, I discussed how the novel portrays the challenge of finding identity between cultures, and how the symbol of the house represents belonging and hope, and how its message continues to inspire and pride and self-definition for Mexican Americans like me. Reading this novel has also allowed me to see my own experiences reflected in Esperanza's story. The mix of pride and struggle and determination that comes with growing up between two worlds. The House on Mango Street also reminds me and others like me that our culture is not something to move away from, but something to carry with us as we build our lives and futures. Just as she dreams of a house that is truly her own, I've learned that finding belonging begins with embracing who I am and where I come from. Esperanza's journey also reminds us that no matter our background, the search for our identity and the place to call home is something that we all understand. By listening to stories like hers, we open ourselves to a richer understanding of what it means to belong. Culture, again, to me, is a shared set of beliefs, values, and traditions that help shape how we see the world, the stories we tell, and the expectations we carry, as well as the people that we become. Thank you.